Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Qasid Online. My name is Ayub Palmer and I'm an Arabic instructor for Qasid Arabic Institute. This is the 20th video in our Arabic letters series, and we'll be learning about the Qaaf and the Hamza underneath the Alif. You can take out your writing worksheet and follow along with this video if you wish. For those who don't have the worksheets that accompany this video series, please fill out the form at the end of the video and Qasid will have them sent to you. Let's get started. In this lesson, we have four main objectives. The first objective is to pronounce the Qaaf and the Hamza beneath the Alif correctly. The second is to recognize these letters when we see them. The third is to write the Qaaf and the Hamza beneath the Alif in their different forms. And the fourth is to write these two letters in a word. And the word we have for this lesson is ibriq, which means jug. Now let's look at the pronunciation. So here we have the Qaaf and the Hamza beneath the Alif, or Hamza underneath the Alif. So the Qaaf here is most similar to a Q in English, or a K. However, there is no letter in English that actually corresponds to the Qaaf in Arabic. However, the Q and the K are probably the closest that we'll get. The Qaaf, however, is farther back in the throat. And one way to practice producing this sound is by pulling your tongue back as far as possible in the mouth. At that point, the tongue will actually close off the air passage. Then release your tongue forcefully and vibrate the vocal cords. And a deep sound is produced like this. Qa, qa, qa. And that is the Qaaf. Now the Hamza underneath the Alif, and this is an Alif again. And this is our Hamza. So why is the Hamza beneath the Alif? Because before we've had the Hamza above the Alif. And the Hamza above the Alif has an A sound. Now, the Hamza beneath the Alif has an I sound. And this is the Hamza with the short vowel kasra sound. So there's almost as if we hear a short vowel kasra underneath the Hamza. I. So whenever the Hamza has an I sound at the beginning of a word, it will be written as a Hamza beneath the Alif. Now let's look at our alphabet and where we are in the sequence of the Arabic letters. Let's go back here. So we're at the Qaaf here and the Hamza beneath the Alif. Now let's look at how to write the Qaaf in its four different positions. Remember, we have four positions for each Arabic letter. And so the independent position for the Qaaf will look like this. It actually is deeper than the Fa. The Fa will sit on the line, whereas the Qaaf dips below the line. In the initial position, the Qaaf will look just like the Fa, but with two dots. In the medial position, the Qaaf will look like the Fa again, but with two dots. And in the final position, the Qaaf will look like the independent position, but will connect from the right. Now, the Hamza underneath the Alif will be either in the initial position, but also it will be in the independent position. So let's just write that here. Independent position. And so we have number one, independent position. We have the Hamza underneath the Alif, the sound. And we have here second, which is the Hamza underneath the Alif here in the, excuse me, let me write this again. I'm going to erase this here. So we have the Hamza underneath the Alif in the initial position. Now, let's write these letters together. So we're going to change our color to yellow. Now we have the Qaaf. And we're going to write the Qaaf in the initial position. Excuse me. That's a 1, not a 4. Let me actually write that here. 1. So the Qaaf is like this in the independent position. Like that. In the independent position. Now in the initial position, the Qaaf will look like this. Again, initial position will look just like the Fa, but with 2 dots. 2 dots. Great. Now let's look at the Fa in the medial position. Again, it looks just like the Fa. Okay, a loop and 2 dots. One more time. Here we go. Loop, 2 dots. Again, connect, loop, 2 dots. Okay, we're continuing to write the Qaaf. This time in the final position. So the Qaaf here will connect, and then it will dip below the line with 2 dots. Again, connect, dip below the line with 2 dots. One more time, connect, dip below the line with 2 dots. Now let's write the Hamza underneath the Alif. And we're going to write it in the independent position. It's going to look like this. And in the initial position, again, it's going to look like this. And it has the I sound. Okay. Now let's write these 2 letters in a word. And the word that we're going to write for this lesson is ibriq. Now I'm going to change my color to red. And let's just review. We have 4 positions for the Qaaf. We have here the independent position where the Qaaf looks like this. We have the initial position like this. The medial position like this. And we have the final position like this. And we have the independent position for the Hamza underneath the Alif like this, and the initial position like this. Now, let's write this letter, ibriq. Ibriq. And you can hear the I sound. And that I is a Hamza underneath the Alif. Now you hear the next letter is a B sound. So we have the Ba. And we hold the Ba. Ibriq. And so we're going to put a sukoon there. And then we hear the Ra sound. Ibriq. There's a Ra. And then a Ya. Ibriq. Riq. So there's a Ya. Long vowel Ya. And then finally we have a Qaaf. Ibriq. Ibriq. And so we're going to put our Qaaf. Now let's look at how these connect. The Alif doesn't connect to the Ba because, again, the alif doesn't connect to what comes after it. The ra, however, does connect to the ba from this direction. The ra does not connect to the ya because the ra doesn't connect to what comes after it, but the ya and the qaf do connect. So let's write these together. We have here Hamza underneath the alif, an initial ba, then we have our ra, put the sukoon over the ba, initial ya, connecting to the qaf, final qaf. And we have here ibriq, meaning jug. Now let's write this together. I'm going to change our color to yellow. We can see a bit better. So we have ibriq. Okay, so let's write this together. So we have our alif, Hamza underneath the alif, ib, ba, ra, ya, ibriq, and then qaf. Don't forget our dots. Ibriq. Let's do it again. Hamza underneath the alif, ba, initial ba, ra, medial ra, ibriq, and then qaf. Don't forget the dots for the ya. One more time. So we have a Hamza underneath the alif, initial ba with the ra, medial ra, sukoon on the ba, ya, and qaf. Ibriq. And that means jug. Now let's look at what we've done so far. So the letter Qaaf here in Arabic is pronounced by pulling the tongue back and then releasing it while voicing the vocal cords. The Hamza underneath the Alif is pronounced just like a regular Hamza, but with a kasra, short vowel, sound. The letter Fa connects to letters both before it and after it. This should be a Qaaf here, excuse me. So the letter Qaaf connects to letters both before it and after it. So for example, in the third position, the Qaaf looks like this. You see it connects from before and after. The Hamza underneath the Alif connects to letters but before it, but not after it. And so we have here the Hamza underneath the Alif is just like the Alif in terms of how it connects. So please download the writing worksheet and practice writing the Qaaf and the Hamza beneath the Alif. And also don't forget to download the letter combination chart and audio and practice your pronunciation of the Qaaf and the Hamza beneath the Alif. And also to get a hold of our entire set of worksheets that go along with these video tutorials, please see the instructions at the end of this video or in the text explorer below. Thanks so much. We hope to see you back here again at Qasid Online. Ma'as salam.